I was literally just in a Zoom call right now, and we were discussing about our Q4 performance, and we are discussing about how we can utilize more of AI in our marketing in the next quarter, and that is standard stuff. And then someone shared the specific document in the chat, and I couldn't get through 3 pages without talking about it in the video, and I had to make this video right now. So this is Ritesh and let's talk marketing. I have linked the document in the description so you can reference to that too. So every 15 years the tech game completely resets every time. First the mainframes, then the PCs, then the smartphones, and now AI. AI that is like GPT, Gemini, Claude, or Perplexity, and all the others you are talking about right now. But here is what nobody tells you about these shifts. The first winners are never almost the final winners. Netscape owned browsers until they did not. Nokia owned phones until they vanished. And BlackBerry looked unstoppable for about 3 years. And right now we are watching 400 billions getting poured into the AI infrastructure in a single year. That's more than the entire global telecom industry, and most marketers are still treating it like it's just another tool. And I think the most common misconception everyone has is that they will be doing the same work with fewer people. Completely wrong. History proves the opposite. When the steam engines arrived in Britain, they didn't just replace worker. They multiplied capability. They created the equivalent of 5 times the Britain's population in labor capacity. And the economy didn't shrink, it exploded. This is the Jevons paradox. When something gets cheaper, when something gets efficient, we don't use less of it, we use exponentially more. Let me show you something that should terrify every marketer who has built their career on having a lot of people in their team. AI is not replacing jobs, it's multiplying capability. And it does not mean that we have to do the same task with fewer people. It means that 300 million interns are showing up tomorrow morning, and they never get tired, they never sleep, they never complain, and they cost almost nothing. And the most interesting part of this all is right now AI models are converging, like GPT, Gemini, Claude. They are all getting terrifyingly close to getting commoditized. Weekly, the performance gap is shrinking, and the leaderboard changes every few days. Sometimes the Gemini is at the top, and sometimes the GPT with a new model gets to the top, and sometimes the Claude, just a laser thinking model that can do the best work. So it's unpredictable and it's commoditized. So the main question that you should be asking right now is, where does the value actually go? If the models become commodities, and they will, I am sure of it, then the battle shift to three arenas: capital and infrastructure, proprietary data, and distribution with product experience. So, big tech has the capital. 800 million people use ChatGPT weekly, but only 5% of them pay to use the premium subscriptions. Why? My answer to that is because raw intelligence isn't valuable anymore. It is accessible to everyone, so it isn't valuable as much as it was in the starting. Right now, context is valuable, distribution is valuable, and this is the point where marketers either win big or disappear completely. And it all depends on the marketer's behavior only. Let me tell you what is actually happening in the marketing scene right now. Brands spend $1 trillion globally every year on advertising. 1 trillion. I'll give you a second to digest the number only. And all of it is built on a 30-year-old system, capturing clicks, analyzing patterns, and showing you more of what you already clicked on. So previously it was like people who bought X also bought Y. That's the entire recommendation economy. But here's what changes with the introduction of AI in marketing. AI just doesn't see your clicks anymore. It can infer your intention. It can see what products actually are. and not just suggest any product in row 37 in a database. Right now, the most personal recommendation you would get is that something like, because you bought packing tape, here are some boxes. But tomorrow's recommendation are almost scary but very exhilarating. They are like, you are moving cities. Here is insurance. Here are the best internet providers in your new city. And something like, here are the career path you haven't discovered yet because of your skill transition. The question isn't whether this happens or not. The question is, do you own the relationship with the consumer when it happens, or does the AI platform completely owns it and controls what is being shown to the consumer? In the history of mankind, in the history of technology, every new technology gets deployed in the same three phases. First, we absorb. We use the new tool to make the existing task faster and cheaper. Examples are coding copilot, AI marketing tools or image generation tools, and automated customer support. And most of the marketers are right now at this point only. And then we innovate. We create entirely new products that are perfect for a new world only. This is where most companies get stuck, because innovation requires unbundling things we didn't even realize were bundles. And there is a famous Steve Jobs quote on it: people don't know what they want until you show it to them. And that is what we require to do with the AI right now, for marketing specifically. And then finally, we disrupt. We stop asking, how do we do the old thing faster, or how do we do the old thing cheaper? And we start asking that, do we even need the old products anymore? And search is a bundle, school is a bundle, and even having a job is a bundle. Right now, most marketers are stuck in phase 1. They are automating the obvious stuff. Meanwhile, there are companies who are already in the phase 3, and they are redefining what advertising or marketing even means. And here is the part where we discuss the problem and the part which matters the most, that this is not happening in 5 years. It's happening right now while you are watching this video. Microsoft's capital expenditure just crossed 40% of their revenue. That's not normal. That's not a company testing a new feature. That's a company betting their entire business that distribution matters more than the network effects now. When GPT launched, Microsoft CTO said it was almost impossible to build the capacity fast enough. Think about that for a second. One of the richest companies in the human history saying that they couldn't build infrastructure to keep up with the demand. The scary part isn't sci-fi super intelligence. It's that existing power structure are using AI to quietly amplify the control and inequality while calling it efficiency. The fork in the road is simple. Do we build the AI that concentrates power for a few, or distribute opportunities to many? And for marketeers, the question is even simpler. Do you build systems that capture the value while the information is free for everyone? Or do you still charge just for the information itself? So, the solution, uh, which you are here for, what do you actually do? The edge isn't having access to AI right now. Everyone has that. The edge is combining what AI does extraordinarily well, that is scale, pattern recognition, speed, with what humans are still uniquely good at: curation, taste, experience, and judgment that comes from actually being in the arena. AI can draft 100 version of your document in an instance, but you curate the one that fits your brand voice. AI can analyze millions of data points in a second, but your taste determines what questions actually matter for the solutions you want. And AI can create hundreds of ad variations right now with the Nano Banana Pro coming in, but your experience tells you which ads just doesn't convert today but builds the brand equity you need tomorrow. That can only be taught by experience and spending time in the arena, spending time with the failure and thought process you have as a human. This is where marketers either become irreplaceable or invisible. The marketers that will survive aren't the ones who will be prompting chat GPT that do this instead. They are the ones who will take this commodity intelligence that is already there in ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, Claude, or any other model that there is. There are hundreds of it right now. They will take the commodity intelligence, they are apply their taste curation to it. They will wrap it in experience that solves specific problem to the brand that will be dramatically better than any generic chatbot ever could. So you need to understand this in every platform shift. The winners aren't the ones who predicted the future perfectly. They are the ones who started building out in the dark while everyone else was still arguing about the technology itself, the current technology. They were out there building in the dark. This is that moment again. The question isn't whether AI eats the world or not, it's whether you are on the menu or at the table. If the AI did what everyone is saying they are doing, the CTAs, the CPMs, the everything, every metrics would be at the all-time high. But it is completely opposite of what it is right now. The all the CTAs, all the CPMs are at all-time low. So there is still some time left to build. And if you're still sitting there thinking, okay, I get it, but I'm still confused about what this means for my specific business, good, that's the right action, because strategy isn't one size fit all. And if that question is still in your head, you know whom to call. Peace out.